Okay, we finally made it here at Parc Asterix, which this park is supposed to be absolutely spectacular with a lot of really great attractions. I've heard about it for about a decade, but of course Toutatis, their intimate multi-launch switch track coaster, is brand new for this year, and that's really what I want to do for sure. But we're gonna check everything out and see how it is, but we first need some food. We're hungry. After much debacle, we are making our way over to Osiris right now. It's been a very stressful morning, but thankfully we should be going to ride this amazing looking B&M invert roller coaster. Very similar to Montu at Busch Gardens Tampa. The theming looks amazing, oh my god. So Osiris is an outstanding B&M invert. I'm not sure if I like it better than Montu. It's very similar to Montu, especially with the theme being Egyptian as well. Montu's a little bit more intense. This is a very unique layout for a B&M invert for sure. It's a little different. It doesn't have a loop right at the beginning and everything, but there's a lot of cool effects, especially this water trench I'm standing right next to and a train's about to go by, where you just got this whole area back here where the train will go right through the trench, and there's actually water in there, just like that. There's just a lot of really cool close calls. They're very close between this and Montu. I think they're both outstanding roller coasters. And yeah, this is a good start to the park. It's very busy here today. Everything's been an hour wait, but we ended up getting our fast queue thing, and that should make things a lot better. So we'll see what we do next. So Aaron just got off a ride of Osiris. What did you think of it, Aaron?
I am learning that I might actually like inversions on roller coasters now that I don't have glasses anymore. I always used to get a headache on them, and I just assumed that was how it was always going to be. I'm noticing now that I think my glasses might have had a slight shake, and that would cause the headache, because without the glasses, that was a very smooth ride. I feel great after it, and I very much enjoyed all of the inverts.
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah.
No, and the theming on this was amazing, but yeah. All right, well, we'll see what we're gonna do next. All right, so next we are going to be riding the ride that in reality is the reason why I'm in this park, Toutatis, this incredible looking intimate multi-launch coaster that I'm extremely excited to ride. We ended up getting a quick queue for that too. We're just spending a lot of money. It's everything's expensive because it's such a busy day here. But honestly, I think it's gonna be worth it. So let's go check that out, ride that, and see how that compares to other intimate greats like Velocicoaster. I think it'll be a pretty similar ride, other than the obvious switch track that is in there that makes it very unique and a lot like Pantheon. But let's go check it out. So I just got off of Toutatis, and that is one of the best roller coasters I've ever ridden. That was incredible. I think it's better than even Velocicoaster out of Universal. The switch track was amazing. The airtime was incredible. The inversions, the hang time that you get, everything was outstanding. That's easily a top 5 coaster for me. I'm not sure where to place it just this moment, but it's really damn high. Erin's riding it right now. We'll see what she thinks and everything, but yeah. Toutatis, I really hope we can ride that one again later today. That was incredible. All right, Aaron, you just got off of Toutatis. What do you think of that?
That was pretty cool. I think I saw when I was waiting and walking around the
Switch track?
Yeah, and I saw the trains going up it, so it's kind of like Icebreaker in that sense. I think I saw it and it just didn't register that that was the attraction I was getting on. But yeah, I had row 3, very smooth ride. I loved it. I think my only tiny complaint is I think they pushed my seat down too far, so my legs were kind of squished, but did not ruin the ride for me. It was a very enjoyable ride.
Yes, it was. That was incredible. I just got off of Parc Asterix bobsled coaster. I don't know what it's called because it's in French, and I know I will butcher the name, but that is the first time I've ever had anything like that before. The only other bobsled I did was Disaster Transport at Cedar Point. I'd rather forget about that ride experience because that thing was a hot pile of garbage. But this is a less hot pile of garbage. It is definitely going to bounce you around quite a bit, but it was such a weird and cool experience. It's kind of sad that not many of these exist anymore, but it's still really cool, and I'm really glad I was able to experience it. So Erin's riding it now, and we'll see what she thinks later and whatnot. All right, so up next is Pegasus Express. I actually don't know who made this roller coaster, but it's, from what I could tell, a really cool looking one because I think it goes backwards at one point. So let's go ride and see how it's like. Gotta say, the theming in this park, amazing. There's so many cool things here. So I just got off of Pegasus Express, and that's a really cool family roller coaster. It's got a lot of, I don't want to say a bunch of forces, but it's really unique in comparison to a lot of others, where you have a forwards and backwards section. You have a really cool show where you look at Medusa and she, you know, how Greek mythology goes. Nothing goes well when you look at Medusa, and then you go backwards after that point. But that was really unique. I really want to ride that again, and that was awesome. So one cool thing here is at Parc Asterix, they have a bunch of playgrounds. When you've got a 2-year-old who needs to be preoccupied, and especially one who's deciding not to ride the rides that he even can, this is perfect for him. So while the other is riding roller coasters and stuff, your toddler can be preoccupied with this cool playground. Up next is actually supposed to be a fantastic CCI roller coaster. It's a wooden coaster, which every CCI is, but this was actually redone by the Gravity Group a couple years back, and I've only heard amazing things about it. So it's supposed to be really good theming. You walk underneath Zeus's legs, and he's got duck panties for some reason. Yeah, kind of bizarre, but you know what? This park is kind of bizarre in the best way possible. So let's go check this thing out. So I just got off of Toutatis. I know I just butchered that, but it's the wooden roller coaster I was just mentioning. Apparently the back row actually faces backwards, so it was extremely intense in that sense right there. Very unique. It's a really good ride. Not the smoothest thing in the world, but where you could tell that the new track is from Gravity Group, that area is really smooth. And you have the overbank turns and through the tunnels. Very cool. It's a very good wooden roller coaster. I definitely want to get on it later and ride more towards the front, where hopefully it's a lot smoother so I can truly judge it. But first impressions, great ride. So just got done with my second ride on Zeus. This time not in the back row, ended up being more in the middle. Much more bearable ride. It's nowhere near as intense. I would say you should do the back row if you can, but definitely do something facing forward because it was a very enjoyable experience. I really like that coaster. I would say ones that I've done like Gold Striker at California's Great America, that's better than that, but not by a ton. So great ride, but now we're gonna do something that probably will not be a great ride, Gudrix, which I've heard is a very rough steel looping coaster. So just got off Gudrix, and I have heard a lot of things about that, mainly negative, and they are correct. That thing is a janky pile of dog shit. It was... each transition to the new thing just jolted you back and forth. It's a very easy way to get a migraine if you're susceptible to that. So that's definitely a one and done for me, and told Aaron not to ride it. So now we're gonna, I don't know, we're gonna figure out what to do next. Probably go back over to Toutatis, that kind of area. All right, so we're calling it a day here at Parc Asterix after getting multiple rides on everything, especially getting on Toutatis and Osiris, which are definitely our two best rides, especially Toutatis. Aaron, what did you think of this park?
The theming was great. I was very impressed with the level of immersion on each attraction and in each area. The shops and everything matched with that area. The rides were pretty impressive overall. There were a couple I probably wouldn't do again. Zeus kind of beat me up a little bit.
I liked it, but I can handle rough woodies.
Yeah, but overall, this was a great park. It was a fun day. It was a good last day to our month-long vacation.
Yeah, we're ready to get on the plane and head back home. And then we gotta drive all the way to Cincinnati. But luckily, a week from now, I'm gonna be taking Erin to Kings Island for the very first time. So we get to see how she thinks of all of that. But that's a wrap from this amazing European vacation. I'm exhausted. Let's go home.